Hello everyone. Today we are going to start the discussion of poem 7 in our book First Flight, and the poem's title is Animals, which is written by Walt Whitman. Let us have a look at the introduction part of the poem. Walt Whitman has shown the comparison between human beings and animals in this poem. He has pointed out the evils present inside the human brain which he thinks animals don't have. That is why he thinks that animals are much better than human beings. In this poem, he admires the animals for being very calm and composed and self satisfied, and he contrasts the qualities of animals with those of the human beings, and he finds that animals are free from all the greed and ego, and human beings still are a slave of all these bad qualities. So he prefers the world of animals than the world of human. Walt Whitman, the poet, who lived between 1819 to 1892, is a major figure in early American poetry. He broke the tradition of rhymed and metrical poetry. He was famous for writing a revolutionary new kind of poetry, which was in free verse. The poem Animals is from his work Song of Myself in Leaves of Grass. These are a very famous collection of poems. This is Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman, and a very another famous poem Song of Myself. So this Animals poem has been taken from these works. Let us get acquainted with the summary part. The poet says that he wants to turn into and live in the world of animals. The poet finds the world of animals better than that of human beings. He further says that animals are more peaceful than humans, and he says so because animals are not running after worldly things like human beings. They are calm, they have no greed for worldly things or any kind of achievements. According to the poet, the animals are self contained, they are happy with life and never interfere in the lives of others. Humans have the habit of interfering in the lives of others, so poet thinks that animals are better than humans for being calm and not interfering in the matters of others. He further says that these are the reasons why he stands still and looks at the animals for a very long time. The poet says that unlike human, animals don't complain of any sort of miseries. They never cry out loud like humans do to show what they have lost. They never stay awake in the night, crying in the repentance for their sins. This means that animals are different from human beings because they do not show anger or grief if something wrong happens with them. He feels, the poet feels, that the animals are not dissatisfied. They stay happy with whatever they have. They never run behind worldly things. They never try to possess things of comfort. He says that none of them is mad behind owning the worldly things. Further, the poet says that he has never seen any animal showing its devotion to anyone by bowing down in front of the person. Like we humans, what do? We bow down in front of the superiors whom we think are superior to us. Maybe our bosses, maybe the politicians, maybe the religious leaders. But animals do not have any such tendency. They never do so even for their ancestors. Even animals, they never bow down in front of their ancestors. They never do so even for their ancestors. They do not show their devotion towards God like humans do. No one among them is more respectable or important as we have in human society. In the world of human beings, people are not treated equally. These days, human beings treat a person on the basis of the kind of wealth and power he possesses. So people bow before power and before wealth. The poet wonders from where the animals got all these good qualities. He further questions himself where his own good qualities have gone. Did he leave them, or he had carelessly lost them somewhere? The qualities that were found in human beings in the past, like innocence, kindness, truthfulness, are now seen in animals. So the poet wonders whether human gave up these qualities and passed them on to the animals. So this is where we come to an end of the summary part. In the next lesson, we will discuss the poem in detail with the different paraphrases and their explanation.